Hey everybody, welcome back to Disturbing Creations DIY, and today I got a good one for you. I am going to be remodeling a bathroom at one of our properties. Now, this bathroom has had some extensive damage to it. There was some water leakage, and some of the drywall had to be torn out to fix those pipes underneath to tear out that old water pipe system and imply a new water system. So I guess they took out the old brass and put in the PEX. But I'm gonna go and run around and show you the bathroom of what it looks like and how you can fix. This is the bathroom right here. And you can see it's got like some old 1980s wallpaper. You can see some damage. Some of the wood isn't connected. The pipes are down, like hanging on the ceiling. That's not supposed to be there. That is not plumbing correctly. That is not up to code. And you see where they tore out all the drywall and just kind of, it's all moldy, mildewy. It's not very healthy. It needs to be replaced. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear all of this out and make this bathroom look new for about a fraction of the price of what another drywaller wanted to do. So at this property, and we're in the bathroom, and as you can see, it had some PEX work done here. The work is under the floor because there was drywall in here when I first came in. So some of it was torn out to get this plumbing done, and some of it was already up. So instead of taking the plumbing apart and screwing through all these joists and then self-feeding the plumbing through and then having to put new clips on, because these are only like one-time clips, I'm going to drop the ceiling down 2 inches with pieces of wood, 2x3s. And what that's going to do is that's going to drop the ceiling down 2 inches here, 2 inches here, and 2 inches here. And then when we put the drywall on, what's going to happen is it's going to cover all of this up. So it's a little tight right here. We're going to have to push it back a little bit when we put that piece of wood in. Make sure it comes down and covers most of this. But I really think it's going to look 100% better than where it's at right now. So now what I just did was I took some of these 2x3s and I started to make a frame around where the water was. I disconnected the water from the joists that were hewed up with like this stuff, you know, and now we have these pieces of wood. Now I put one up already. I'm going to show you what else I'm doing and push it up against the water so you guys can see how to make the frame. Now you see I have one up there screwed in already, and then I cut it right here in the middle of the joist because it was hanging out a little over, and that would just be hanging, and I don't want to do that with the drywall. So I put it in there, I put one in there, and I moved the water pipes and put there. Then I cut this piece right here to match, and that'll go along the rest. I cut it at a little bit of an angle, so I'm gonna have to cut this little tiny bit across right here, just off like 1/8 of an inch right here. And then I'm gonna put that up there, pre-drill some holes, and then screw that up in, and then we should be good to go. And we have one run, and then I'm gonna put these pipes back up and show you how it's gonna tuck it away. All right, guys, so right here, I'm gonna explain to you what I did real quick. I had to put this piece of drywall in all the way down first before I put the framing in, because as you can see, this 2x3 is bringing out the wall a little bit so we can hide these pipes. Now, if I would have put this here, there would have been nowhere for me to put the drywall here, and it would have just been flimsy. I would have had to put a piece of wood here and a piece of wood there and just keep stacking it up to get the drywall on. But since we put the drywall on, we got the screws in the frame underneath, then we just put this frame to drywall to frame again. And then we can go ahead and max this frame out. So we're 2 inches from the top, 2 inches from the side. We're gonna go ahead and cut this piece of drywall right here, cover up these pipes, and then it's 35 on the bottom here, so where it's tapered off, you get 1 piece on the bottom, and then we have this 25 to go ahead and mask this off with the plate, the 2 slats on the foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those up and get these pieces done. We have 1 piece here. If you need to know how to put drywall in, or you are new at drywall, go to my Common House Fixes playlist, look up anything on the drywall. I teach you how to do the drywall beads on the cornering. We teach you how to do the finish. We teach you how to do the window trim around, even using scraps so you don't have to buy any more stuff. But let us get some more work done, and then I'll show you where we're at. All right, so I just figured something out. I was taking measurements of to do the ceiling right here, and what happened was when someone built this house, they built it wrong, and you can't tell someone that because they're gonna be like, oh well, the house was built in 1960. How could it be wrong? You have to be wrong. But I'm gonna show you real quick what I'm talking about, because I made the cut and measurement. And it's just, you're gonna see the difference here. I'm gonna show you, this is why you have to measure every single piece instead of just measuring, and then the width and height, you have to measure down. I'm gonna show you right here. So let's look at this. So where the vent is, when they made the frame, they put this piece of wood directly on the wood here that goes up, that directly comes across as a box. But then what happened here? They didn't put this wood on the wood here and make a frame. They put it on the inside. Why would they do that? They just kind of laid it there. So now it's just kind of laying here. It's on the inside of the frame. It's on the inside of the frame. Now let's watch. Let's go back, right? So here's the frame piece that I did. Frame is on the outside. This frame's on the outside. And we come back. This frame and this frame is on the inside. Or on the frame, off the frame. So whoever did this did it wrong. This is wrong. So now we're at 23.5 to go across, but then when I brought the piece of drywall over, it's now 25.5 over here, because the 2x4 didn't go to the right place and be put on the frame. They put it on the inside here. I don't know why they did that, but you always have to watch. So now we're 2 inches off. So I'm gonna save as much as we can and put it on the ceiling and try to save this piece of this piece of scrap. Is supposed to be 25 now. This is 23, and then as it goes down, it's supposed to be getting wider. If that happens, then there's something wrong. The house is either settled, or the frame has moved, or someone put something in wrong. But I just showed it to you, so always measure, 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 measure. Now let's get this piece in. All right, guys, so as you can see, I got the ceiling. I saved that the piece right here. We got another piece right here that we did as well. I left a little bit of gap on this side so that when we slide this new piece up right here, it's gonna fill that little bit of gap in it. And then right here, we're gonna do another bit of frame, but I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you exactly what we're talking about. So because these pipes come down and I can't cut this frame piece because it has like the electric from the house and stuff going through it, and it bends up here, I was thinking about boxing just this corner piece off with these 2x3s. So just make it come down a little bit right here to cover that. It'll just be a little bit of a bump down and over, we'll see. Or I can just put this right here, you know, and then drywall across from here to here, and then put a little piece right here, and then you'll just see that little bit. And put it, I mean, of course, we'll put a piece up here as well, but it all depends on what the people want. So I'm gonna continue to keep moving, and I think once I get this piece done and this back wall piece done, and I'll just cut around this little bit, then they can tell me if that's okay, or they want this little extra piece bridged down, because you're gonna be able to see it in the ceiling, you know? All right, guys, so we're back in the bathroom. You might hear the shop vac going, but we got to keep these projects going. So let's see where we're at. I got the ceiling piece cut out for here after they do the insulation wrap right here. And then I have some other pieces already cut out for the vent system here after they wrap that with insulation. I've already got most of the wall here done and put in, the ceiling. So we fixed that ceiling gap where it was 23 on this side and then 25.5 on this side because they put the wood framing in wrong, but that's okay, we got past that. Then we took the light out here and I capped off all the light live wires, neutrals, so we can go ahead and put the new light in. And we made a small little frame here to tuck away this piece of the plumbing here. So that's what they want, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get a couple more pieces of this drywall put in, then we're gonna cut this piece out right here with the little variable saw, and then I'll show you how to put the light in so that you have a new light. We cut the little box out around here, we measured. We cut really small, and then we just opened it up as we needed so we could push the drywall in so it gets a nice, secure fit. Then we put the light back in, everything's good with the light. We got our screws in, we're gonna have to spackle over and put our molding back up whenever it's done. And we're moving right along. So we got a couple more little pieces here that we have to do. And I'm gonna flip the camera over so you can see a better angle. So we still have to do half of the room over here, even though we have the pieces cut out. I still have to cut this one, this bottom one, and this long top piece. But right now we're gonna mount this one long piece. I wanted this to be one separate piece. I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna go around the other side. I'm gonna cut around the box from the other side. Then I'm gonna show you guys how to put this light back in. All right, so now we went to the back of the other room. So this is the back wall of the bathroom right here, and I took the variable saw and I cut around the box as best as I could, and then I went on the other side and opened it up. But I went this way so I could get a perfect cut. Now let's go on the other side and see what it looks like. All right, so now we got this all one piece, and I left a little bit of opening here so I could slide the next piece in that 1/4 of an inch. That way it's held up there while I'm holding it on this other side, because I'm doing the job by myself. So I can't hold it up long ways on both sides to get it straight. So what I did was I left 3/4 of an inch here because I can get a 1/2 inch piece here, hook it on the edge right here, and then hold it up on this side on myself, and then start using one hand to screw it in on this side to make the cover over the wood here. And then you see I cut the top line out, and then I just cut down a little bit, cut around to get the box out. I installed the 2 screws here, and then now we're gonna go ahead and shut the electric off, put the light back in, and mount the light steady on the side there. All right, so now we got the light in. I didn't have time to video to putting the light in, but if you go to my common house fixes, you can just scroll through the playlist and it says how to install a ceiling light when there was none. I even show you how to put the wiring in. So if you want to move this light while you're doing the drywall to the ceiling, that's a great video to show you how to lay the wire in and how to put the box in up there, because I didn't have to do any of that. But look under our common house fix videos and you can get to the light. So we're almost done here. I'm gonna make a little piece to go across here now, and then we're gonna have a little butt up piece right here. Then we'll put a little piece of corner bead up here to solid that in, so you'll see that little kickback. But all this other stuff and all these plumbing will be covered We're gonna put the ceiling in, and then I already cut this piece and this little baby piece down here. So we're running out of drywall, so I did a piece here, and then I'm gonna do another piece here and just put a piece of tape in there and try to save as much drywall as we can. So put this and then make this. So I'm gonna get a little bit more work done, and then I'm gonna show you about where we're at. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're almost done here, getting a lot of work done today. I think we're gonna mostly be done with the drywall for this little remake. So as you can see up top here, there was 2 slats, and they're around this piece here. I think that was just to hold the drywall on and to be able to screw in the grate here. But there was no slat over here, so as you can see, we're putting one up. We're putting one up right here, so I measured. And this way, once I get this in and secure, you'll be able to put the drywall all the way down. I don't want to go like 30 inches from there to here with the drywall because I don't want it to sag. I want it to be perfect. Like if this was my property instead of another property we're working on, then I want to do the right thing. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get this in. I got one long in right here. Like when I did all of these, I took out some of the screws and I redid them so they're nice and tight. They were wobbly before, but we got them nice and tight in there. That'll hold the drywall in. We got this one in. We're gonna go on the side, on this side, and then over here we're gonna go on the side again just to hold it in a little extra. And then we're gonna hold this piece up. I'm gonna have to have someone help me hold this piece up. We're gonna put this top piece of drywall in and secure it here. That's gonna be this tall piece. And then this small piece that we have, we're gonna do the runner on the top up here. And like I said before, I cut a little hole in just so I could hold it in there and then hold it from the other side. Because it is kind of long, it's about 6 foot, it's taller than me, and I'm 5'11". So we got the electric in and the new shiny one, and now we're using the plug from the electric so we don't have any more extension cords in here. So everything is doing pretty well. We made the little step down here out of a couple scrap pieces that I was trying to save for the customer to hide those pipes up in there, so you won't see those pipes anymore. You will see a 2-inch step down, but you'll barely see that when everything is painted and put together. So you can see the extra wood that we put in up here to get the frame around, and that's just 2x3s. When we brought the ceiling down a little bit, then we had some scrap 2x3s here. We brought it down a little more because the pipes weren't put in correctly and they weren't put into the joists and runners on the ceiling, but we covered that up and now it's protected. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a little more work done. I need to get this in. We're gonna put this piece of drywall on, and then we're gonna start the spackle and taping, and then we're almost done. So let me get some work done. Hey everybody, make sure to come back next week for part 2 when we finish this bathroom. It's gonna be great.